Amatakwepe. Ambetiwashte. Hello, my relatives. Today is a good day. It's good to see you all again. I hope you keep the faith. What I want to talk about, and why I was away, I'll brief you with that right now. I did a play in Los Angeles at the Mark Tabor Forum for over 3 months, and it was called Palestine, New Mexico, about the absurdity of war. They used 2 Indian nations as a metaphor for that absurdity, which is, of course, when you're related by blood, like the Israelis and the Palestinians are, you know, they're all Semites, which makes Israel the largest anti-Semite nation in the world. At any rate, they'll go all the way back to Jacob, Abraham. So, to have blood fighting one another, that's what the play was all about. It was a good message of peace on earth, goodwill toward men. And we started on December 13th, right in the middle of the Christmas season. Well, that's why I've been away. But what I want to talk about is the many things that we face. Another hard winter. You know, when you're a colonized people and you accept your life, you won't do anything to change it because you've accepted your life. Now, there are many, many psychological reasons, and we could run through them, but I don't want to. What I want to talk to you about is colonialism. How they suck the life out of you. Literally. Through many. And let's just give you a little example here. A small example. You take a free people who actually made room for you and taught you how to live here, what to grow, how to grow it, when to grow it, and kept you warm when you first arrived. And then the annihilation began. But I'm not going to cry. I'm not crying wolf. I'm not crying anything. And this is facts. This is history. So you take these people, you make agreements, sacred agreements with them upon the manifest destiny attitude that the Holy Roman Catholic Church gave to the Europeans and insisted that that was their destiny manifest. And you lie to these people who are so generous and a life-giving force to you, and steal their land, kill them, lie to them with your treaties, even though they're backed by law and you claim to be a nation of laws. And then once you've colonized them and got them on these pieces of land, then you keep them hungry, you keep them starving, you feed them bad food by design, like we are to this very day from the agricultural department, the surplus foods that they have, high in carbohydrates, which guarantees we will have sugar diabetes. And if you have sugar diabetes, you have high blood pressure, and you have heart disease. Most diabetics die of heart disease. And any other quantum failures, you know, the insides, your kidneys, your liver, all of that, diseased. You steal their children, beginning in the 1880s, and force them into government or missionary-run boarding schools where they suffer for 70 years. Sexual abuse and physical abuse. Proven. And they disappear, these children. They're forcibly taken from their homes on the reservation and put out in all over the nation. Different boarding schools. And in some cases, like in my parents, siblings couldn't go to the same boarding school, so they were split up. They made sure they could destroy. But prior to stealing our children and abusing them in all manners, they make peace treaties, and then they take our land and homestead it, and they subsidize the farmers and the ranchers to farm the Great Plains, for instance, where I come from, which only has 1/4 of an inch topsoil. It's not farmland, but they subsidize them. And it's cattle ranching. So, and they pay them. This is a homestead act. Then after they've established, they bring in banks. Then they bring in the law. Colonialism is evil. Then they outlaw our religion, our way of life, our spirituality. They outlaw, absolutely outlaw. Steal our children and put them away. Will not allow us to speak our language. And we're treated like dirt. And we're forced to live without adequate housing. To this very day. To this very day. It started with the reservation system in the 1800s, and it hasn't let up. In the midst of that, they begin a relocation program. In the middle of the 19th or 20th century. And they forcibly relocate us to one of 7 cities. I know. I went on relocation twice. Once to Los Angeles, once to Cleveland, Ohio. And then it backfired. We were tired of being treated like we were non-existent human beings. And so we rebelled in the cities where they sent us to. And was born the American Indian movement. But I'm not talking, they adopted the policy of Colonel Pratt, who started the boarding schools, is kill the Indian and save the man. That was his motto. Well, in 1900, the census, they estimated there are 250,000 of us left. In the 2000 census, and this is all documented, there's about 250,000 full-blooded Indians, pure Indians left in the United States of America, the continental 48 states. Wow, that's genocide. And now we don't know and we don't have our languages. They can tell you, like they have the Human Rights Commission in Geneva when it was there, now it's in New York City as a committee, but when their evidence is that, we're allowing the schools on the reservation, even the religious schools, the Catholic schools there, the boarding schools, even they allow 1 hour a day for our language after we're in high school. Understand that our languages, as ascertained by the linguists of the international world, have ascertained that our languages in the Western Hemisphere, the Americas, are the most expressive languages on earth, and become less expressive as you move west until you come all the way around the world. And guess what the last language is? The least expressive. That's English. Our essence, our very being, the whole reason for life is in our languages. Genocide is almost complete.